And we are live. Hello, everybody in the YouTube lands. We have JH586 and Duke Frazier here. And I'm going to be sharing Michael Sign's GoFundMe in the chat right now to help get his dad to Texas. I have tried to get in touch with him about doing a live stream and with us and talk about it, but I have not been able to hear from him. So, Michael, if you're out there, let us know if you're at least alive, man. Come on now. But yeah, so we have Duke Frazier, who's been MIA from even his own channel for what, 3 months now?
Oh, I haven't uploaded a video for closer to 6. I think the last video I uploaded was June or July last year. Maybe I might have uploaded one in August. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah. And then we have JH, who's he does a lot of hunting and reloading and very knowledgeable.
What's up, fellas?
And then you can see her, the wife.
Jeremy and the wife.
Wait, hold on. For some reason, y'all are low on my end. Let me turn this up, see if I can hear y'all a little better. All right. Y'all say something again? Because like I said, I was having a hard time hearing y'all.
Let me get a little closer. Is that better?
Yeah. Is there any echo on my end?
Here.
All right. And Mama Murphy's here. Like this.
I gotta get open here so I can see the chat too.
Yeah. So as y'all can read from the title, I wanted to talk a little bit about reloading for hunting and shooting, like shooting sports, quick draw, cowboy action, 3 guns.
That's your mom's on your end before it did mine.
Anyway, just kind of like the starter topic, then we can go off into whatever later on. If that's okay with you guys. Because I know JH hunts a lot. Duke, you do some hunting and reloading.
Yeah.
And I know as well. And I have a feeling JH does a lot of plinking. Probably more plinking than anybody.
Well,
I'm
do more.
Reloader.
I do a lot of load testing. I don't know if you call that plinking, but I guess we can. When I can get to the range, everything's so crazy now you don't know whether to go or not. I mean,
Well, in order to keep up with social distancing, make sure you take a 30-6 for the maximum distance.
I hear you.
Or a 6.5.
Or a 2 Winchester.
Sorry, Jamie.
I guess we could get into that argument or discussion.
Let me reload this page because I'm getting a little bit of lag on my end from y'all. I don't know if it's much. So
I heard that, man. You feel better?
I don't know. Left side kind of went tingly there for a minute.
There you go. You gotta be careful with that, man. You gotta be careful. So I'm.
I remember.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I did that when I was in high school one time, and my whole left side went numb for about 2 minutes.
That good,
right,
man.
I'm back now. And then, so it was. I just had to reload my page. I'm sorry. All right. So what did I miss?
I popped my neck and about fell out of the chair.
Boy, about paralyzed yourself.
All right. So when y'all reload for hunting, where do y'all stick for when you go hunting? Like when you are using your reloads? Like where do y'all go? Like, do you go on the high end, the medium end? I don't think y'all go to the low end.
Depends on which cartridge I'm loading. But yeah, I pretty much go toward the top, if not over the top, slightly.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, you do a lot of powder coating. Do you use your powder coated bullets, or do you just buy like you would find the stuff pointed, jacketed round nose or whatever
Yes.
that you use? Basically, whatever you've got, you use it.
I use both, depending on the caliber. Now, for my 35 Remington, I've done a lot of load development with that Lee 200 grain round flat, and I killed 2 does with that this winter, and works good, lasts a long time. That's what you want. But I am learning that with the cast lead bullets, a softer alloy will work better. You'll get more mushrooming, particularly with a powder coated and gas check bullet. You got that gas check to prevent it from cutting and leading your barrel. So, a softer lead is appropriate to mushroom more and transfer more of that energy into the target.
And I think that's why most hunting rounds have like jacket almost all the way completely around, like it's kind of like a whole cup at the back of them. Then it's got that kind of like this lead top right here, something that looks something similar to that. Then like the rest of it's completely jacketed or mostly jacketed.
All right, blow yourself up. Just have a good look at that projectile.
It's just one that I had. I don't have any that actually. So it something that kind of looks have when you look at them, they kind of have something like this, right? And then they're mostly jacketed. Either the lead copper comes a little bit past it, or it's covering the bottom, like then copper all the way around it. But that's a softer lead core to it.
Well, that's a handgun projectile you got right there, isn't it?
So that,
and he froze. Okay, let me say this.
Up again.
Yeah, let me say this about what we got going on right here tonight. Everybody's working from home. Nobody can go to work. Everybody's commanded to stay at home. So we're going to have some craziness in the internet kind of thing. Our service is going to be spotty. That's to be expected.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about that, everybody, but I won't be here Friday or Saturday when I'm doing this. So.
Oh, he really died that time.
Yeah, it's going to work better for him if he'll run a wired connection from his laptop to his router. You can't do this. You can't host it anyway without a wired connection.
And I'm on the wireless, and even I'm having a little bit of lag on my end too. But my wired connection is 40 feet that way.
Well, you just got to do what you got to do if you want to be live on the internet.
Yeah.
Make sure you got your paper pants on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, okay. What did I come in on? Or come back to?
We're talking about the internet, man. If you're going to be live on the internet, you need a wired connection, and you need to make sure your pants are on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, my kids are asleep in the living room where my router is, so and I don't have a cord long enough to reach to where I'm at now. So I can't go any closer, or I would.
Well,
Your son's not, but your daughter is.
maybe I'll send you a 50-foot Cat6 cable or J45 cable. All right, hold on. I got bullets I got to get. Y'all carry on. I'll be right back.
Usually when I'm hunting, I just use out of the box stuff. And this here's a day 140 grain that was shot into a milk jug at 1,000.
Solo layout. So I can get you up. All right, go ahead and show it.
Yeah, so that's 1,000-yard hit on a milk jug, full milk jug. So I'd say, that bullet, I think this is the 140 or 143 grain ELDX. Just a Hornady match bullet, standard factory ammo. Then this is the same bullet. After it hit that same milk jug, it was empty at 1,000 yards. And as you can see, when it hit the empty jug, it just kind of went crazy.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go try something real quick and sack presents. I'm gonna go slap my router really hard. But I'll be right back.
He's going to slap his what?
His router.
Oh. I was a little nervous right there. All right,
I turned my
public service
camera
announcement.
on room and
Since you brought up these match bullets, you need to tell everybody that we do not hunt with match bullets.
Like these were the hunting match, the ELDX, or I don't remember. It's been so long since I shot this, I don't remember what they were, but there was a
Hornady ELDM is a match bullet, and it has a very thin jacket, and it's not bound to the core. So ELDX is the hunting bullet, and it has a thicker jacket, and it is interbonded with the core so that it will not come loose and separate. That way you get better penetration, you get better energy transfer, so forth and so on.
Right.
So we don't hunt with match bullets because those bullets weren't made to kill animals.
Right.
They're made to kill paper. And as long as you shooting paper, you're doing perfectly fine with that bullet because they group great. Look at that.
That's 1,000-yard hit on a milk jug.
Well, if you can hit a milk jug at 1,000 yards, you need to go out to the Utah long range shooters milk jug challenge thing. And,
Is my reloads, I can't do that. At my reloads, I'm getting about a 2-inch group at 100, but when I use factory ammo, it shoots tight.
yeah, see, I have just that. I have the opposite
Right.
thing going on. I get better groups out of my reloads than I do factory.
Well, I'm still playing around with mine. The last batch I loaded, I went off of what was a recommendation on a couple reloading forums. I started at 41.5 grains of 4350 in the 6.5, and I was getting pressure signs, so I backed it off another grain and a half. Went to about 39.8. It started showing pressure signs, which is lower than what everybody else was saying theirs were. So I don't know what's up with my rifle with that, but when I start getting pressure signs that low, I'm thinking that my scale might be screwed up.
Yeah, you could have your scale need to be calibrated. What scale are you using?
Just that cheap Hornady little scale. I can't remember what the model name is, but it's like the $20 scale.
This little piece of crap.
Yeah, that's the scale.
I'm gonna blow this sucker up with Tannerite. If you can see right back there, I have the Hornady beam balance scale right there on my shelf, and I also have the Wahoo little cheap scale. The reason I like this one so much is you can calibrate it. It's dead nuts, and it thinks quick. It's very difficult to over trickle a charge with that little thing. And that little Hornady, I mean, if you've got any kind of current at all in the room, it's going to be all over the place. And
that would make sense. My boss had one of those, and we had problems with his 300 Win Mag. It was overpressuring on that at the maximum load for the Lee reloading manual was 71 grains of IMR 4350, and at 71 grains, that thing was, we just had to take a 2x4 to get the shells back out.
Yeah, don't pay any attention to that Lee manual. That Lee manual is going to get somebody hurt. Now, the first chapter on the riding part, that's really good on the book. Richard Lee goes into good detail about bullet casting and loading up cast bullets and all that, and the general process of reloading. But that data in that book is notorious. So, get the Lyman 50th and maybe the Hornady book or whatever bullet that you're manufactured, go with that. Like if you loading Sierra bullets, get the Sierra manual. If you're loading Hornady bullets, get the Hornady. The reason I like the Lyman book so well is because they use all brands of different stuff. They use all the different powders and all the different stuff. There's Willie Bullet Man.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Honey-do list had to get done.
We're glad you're here, man.
This is what a 44 caliber round ball looks like after a shot out of a 20 gauge, using for Omega buckshot. It hit that my steel target and just flip.
Hope you don't have too tight of a choke in when you're doing that.
Just kind of
Or no choke.
flatten. It is an OLED.
Gotta watch out.
The thing
Some
is,
of
there
that
was
battery
another one
terminals are
stuck
zinc.
to it.
Yeah, you want to be careful of that battery terminal stuff because the dang acid stays in that.
Yeah. Plus, some of them are zinc now.
Yep.
And
you
believe me,
really
I
don't
love
want-
zinc, but
And it came off an old battery. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Willie. Speaking of
Yes,
zinc. Oh. Oh. Just from what I got done this weekend. I ain't done with the 5-gallon bucket of wheel weights. That's all
There you
steel and
go.
zinc. I gotta go through it and sort of out of it.
yeah, that's a
That's just
problem
what
now here
I
in
taught her on
California.
this weekend.
Here in California, let me say, it's if I got a 5-gallon bucket, I might have 2% lead. The rest is like 5% zinc. The rest is all steel now.
Right.
Even my zinc is drying up on me.
Well,
With the steel, it floats to the top. The zinc melts in and screws up your.
Zinc's great. Just keep your casting low, like 600 degrees. It'll float right on top of your lead. It won't melt. You can scoop it right out if you want to do it that way. But I sort everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get
So
yourself a
Willie,
good pair of
you get a big box and it says
That's fine. Send it my way. I'll use it.
Sorry, Willie. I'm lagging tonight.
No biggie.
If I don't mean to cut you off, I'm lagging a little bit tonight. Sorry.
No, don't worry. I'm not worried about it.
But if you get a big heavy box for me,
I got pretty lucky a couple of years ago, and it's kind of sad how I got lucky. A friend of mine, his dad run a gun shop, and he did a bunch of reloading stuff. Well, his dad passed away, and so he gave me all the lead he had, and I got about 200 pounds of lead pipe and other pure lead, and then I've got 15 pounds of, I'm not sure if it's tin or antimony, but it's not lead. But I don't
Well, if it's either one of those, it's going to sweeten up that lead you got. If you're not doing black powder, then you can do rifle and pistol.
I do mostly black powder is what I
Oh, okay. Then sell it up. Someone will gobble that stuff right up. That's worth money.
I've been thinking
yeah.
into casting, for modern smokeless rounds, but I just never have the time to do it. So I'm going to hang on to it for a little.
All this right here, pure lead, given to me.
There you go.
And this sucker is heavy. And I love the bottle that he just said he had an old bottle and stuffed the shot into it. This bottle's like, I think from, this bottle came out when you were my age.
Possibly.
I mean, it's an old Coke bottle.
Hell, I'm the late 60s. What are you talking about? I ain't that old.
I mean, but I just love that. Well, what I really love about it is it's got this big old rim right here, so it makes it easy to grab this sucker. I'm gonna melt all this down because I got more shot than I know what to do with.
That, trust me, it's all not going to last long. If you shoot a lot, it'll disappear real fast.
Yep.
That's one thing bad about lead. It does disappear fast.
Especially if you shoot like me and shoot a brown pass musket that shoots a 3/4 inch round ball, it really disappears fast.
Yeah, you're better off if you're just practicing. Make yourself a bullet trap so you can get your lead back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
Well, kind of a bullet trap at my range. We got a bunch of big tires that they hang up for targets, and that brown best, they'll go through the first layer of that big tractor tire, but they won't penetrate the second. They fall down in there, and then I go scoop them out.
There you go. Yeah, they won't allow me to touch the lead here in California after it's shot up my barrel.
Jesus.
All right.
Yep.
I want to brag on my wife for a minute because she's learning how to cast. Let me get the solo for a second because I want to show this off. Yes. This is the first ever bullet she ever casted. She also dropped it. She also dropped it, but so that's why it's a little messed up. But I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, I drop bullets every once in a while. They fall. Nothing wrong with that. Good job. Problem is, once she starts, she's not going to want to stop. And then you're going to say, where'd all my lead go?
Well, the problem is 11-year-old and 8-year-old. Mommy, 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 mommy. Especially since school's out.
You teach them to sort wheel weights. Which one's steel, which one's lead, which one's zinc. You give them a job and give them something afterwards. Like
no, that's tomorrow.
The ice cream truck. Keep them
working. That's tomorrow.
Well, you just got to keep them working. Believe me, I've had my 8-year-old pulling the handle many a times.
You got to start them decapping brass.
Exactly. All the 223, every brass. Give them a universal depriming die and just keep pulling that handle.
Better yet, start them off.
Tomorrow she's going
picking up brass.
Prime brass. Well, I mean, if we could go to a bullet range, I guarantee I could get around here. Last time I went to the range, there was 223 brass, 9mm, 45 ACP, 8, just left on the ground. And I
Yeah,
asked the
2, 2,
range
3, and
manager,
9
"Can
and
I pick
40s
that up?"
are left everywhere.
I don't want to do it.
Why not? Pick them up.
I
Take them.
literally scooped up like do it. So I just swept it up, put them in a 5-gallon bucket, sorted it at home, and I didn't really load it at the time, but I knew there was other people did. I cleaned it up, sold it off as for each individual cat. 223. I need 300 blackout. Don't need 9 mil, so or 45 ACP. So I might send some 45 ACP brass your way as well, if I'm able to get out to the to a public range again, Willie.
Sure.
Because I know you reload.
I take everything. Just did.
But I need.
I wish I'd have started for 40 a lot sooner,
Okay, how?
I've gone
Hang
through
on,
about
Jeremy.
2,000 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson, and I never saved any of the brass. And now I'm thinking, I should have done that. I could have been almost reloading for free.
Yeah, the guy right above you just did a big ton of 40s. He might still be loading some right now, matter of fact. Is that right, Jamie?
Actually, I'm sizing 40 caliber bullets. Check those out.
Yes, sir.
175 grain truncated cone, lead 6 cavity mold. But the crazy Scotsman asked me would I do some of these up for a friend. So as much as he's done for us, as much as he's done for the community, I'll do anything I can.
Yes, sir.
There's MCK. What's up, bud?
Yeah. Okay, now I've got a 223 AR, right? I'm going to get 300 blackout upper for it. Now, if I get a bunch of 223 brass, how hard is it to convert it to 308? Not 308, 300 blackout. Because I've heard you can do it, but
It's
how
not
hard
hard
is it?
at all. You get yourself a chop saw from Harbor Freight. You get a Squirrel Daddy jig off of eBay. You line it right up, chop the neck right off of it. You get yourself an RCBS small base die, and away you go.
Okay.
Now, but you should use, in my opinion, Lake City brass, depending on what barrel you get. Each chamber is different. Now, I cut the necks on mine. I thin the necks out to 13,000, so I have no problem. So I can run any brass through mine. Some people can use Lee dies. I didn't see the quality of the Lee sizing die. All the other dies are perfectly fine, but the sizing die, I had a hell of a time with out of my blackout. But I think James Pollard said and Tread both said that they have no problem with the Lee sizing die. But you can find 223 by kicking a rock here at every gun range.
Yeah.
For
same here.
$100. For $100, you're making your own brass. Actually, less than that in reality. Because you can find that chop saw from Harbor Freight on sale. And the Squirrel Dad jig the jig is only like $14, $15 last time I looked on eBay. And it actually has a detent. Some of them have a detent.
Okay. It's the
when you shove the case in.
Sorry, Willie. It's the Squirrel Daddy jig, right?
Yeah, Squirrel Daddy jig.
Squirrel Daddy.
That's who makes it. Squirrel Daddy makes the jig for it.
Okay, she's looking it up right now on eBay. See how much it runs.
Let me take a look again. I'll look for you. Let me just mute my mic.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. 5.56 brass.
That's what most of my guns are for. It's for hunting.
Try it again, dude.
Yeah.
Well, say on my camera, Jeremy's lips are still moving, but it's kind of like watching those Japanese films. His mouth is moving, but nothing's coming out, and then all of a sudden, blah.
Because of my
So,
Okay.
data.
We'll look at it. But yeah, like I said, most of my guns are for hunt purposes. I want something, and 223. People say you can drop a deer with it, but here it's not legal to hunt deer with that caliber. So I want to get something that is legal, and I'll be able to drop really anything. I thought about getting a 450 SOCOM barrel for it, but I don't know if it'll. But I just don't know if I should go that route because they're kind of expensive compared to a 300 blackout barrel. Oh, upper. Have either one of y'all ever shot that caliber?
I haven't, but I've heard them talk about it, and it eats lead and powder like Grant took Richmond. So, check in the 350 Legend.
It seems like if I want to get a good barrel for a 350 Legend, I have to go with Eagle Fly. That's the
No,
only
that's,
people
that's
I've
a
heard give
358.
good reviews.
That's the
358.
358. And right now, I don't know if he's going to use, I don't know what he's going to use. I know he had a hell of a time making Jamie's and mine. This is mine right here. He just finished that heavy AR. And he's going to find a different type of material because this stainless steel was really hard to use. He was saying it tore up a lot of material. But yeah, Kenny's the way to do it. If he's going to find it, he'll help you find where to order the barrel. He'll tell you where to order it and what he can do for you. I think he was talking about converting the 350 Legend barrel over to 358 last time I heard, but don't quote me on that. Was that what you heard, Jamie?
I think he's talking about using the 356 barrel on one of his builds. But if I was doing it from scratch, Jeremy, what I would do, I would seriously look at a complete upper from Bear Creek Arsenal, like $270. And right now they got a wait a minute. Let me
Here you go, Jeremy. This is what you're gonna be looking for on eBay. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what we saw. Yeah, that's what we looked at, and we saw it wasn't that much. We're like, that might be doable.
Yeah. And you just chop the neck and shoulder right off, and it converts it. I mean, I got brass just laying everywhere, 300 brass over here. That's it. There's some shot brass right there.
Would fire forming the brass to the barrel, since that's probably the only barrel I'll ever have in 300 blackout, run better? In y'all's opinion, y'all are way more all three of y'all way more knowledgeable about that kind of stuff than I am.
Jeremy, you'd have to full length size every time you shoot it. Every time, since it's a semi-automatic weapon, you have to full length size. You can't neck size an AR. You know, you're going to get a stuck barrel bullet or casing, excuse me, shit. Who was that guy? I'm going blank now. He had to put a Zert fitting on his barrel to get that 308 case out. Jamie, who was that?
I don't remember, man.
Damn. Well, you got to full length size it no matter what, or you can risk sticking the case in your chamber and having a hell of a time getting it out.
Well, what? Okay, let me rephrase my question. Like for would not fully thought fire forming it for the first just to get my everything set. You know the dimensions that I need. For the to set the jig and everything right.
Oh, no,
right.
no, no.
Would that be a good way to go with it?
No, you're not going to be able to put a 2-2. Well, you could put a 223 case in that chamber and fire form it that way, but that is dangerous as all hell. Way over pressure, because you got to remember, you got to take the whole top of the net. Let me get a 223 case.
Jeremy, I got a screen down there for you to share.
Yeah. Okay. I was waiting for you to. All right. Hold on, what? Let me get this. All right, you're up and going.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Look,
Uh,
that 15-inch M-Lock split rail handguard is $150. So that's pretty cool.
oh, that is nice.
And you saw that you saw that group that was shooting 3/4-inch groups at 100 yards.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
But that's going to take 3.55, 3.56 bullets. And one of the reasons Willie and I both wanted the 3.57, 3.58 barrels is because we've got so dang many 38 special 357, 35 Remington bullets. So,
See, Jeremy, you see the difference between a 5.56 and a 300 blackout? If you got that 223 in that chamber and you fire form it, you're going to get that whole neck and everything stuck in your barrel. And I don't even know if you'd be able to do it. Yeah. I haven't even attempted to put a 223 in my 300 blackout. It might, but you're going to blow yourself up. That's plain knucklehead.
Find the right length, right?
Well, that's
Nip it down about a 2 or 3 thousandths.
You can take it off me. That Squirrel Daddy jig is going to set it. They have ones with a detent. So you put it in and it just stops the case where you got to chop it off. When you chop it off, the case is going to be rough.
Oh, okay.
You just take the outer edge of the rough part cut off and then you full length size it and you trim it to length and you're done. You formed a piece of brass. But you can buy once fired 300 blackout brass for cheap now. You don't have to make brass like we had to. Because when I did my 300 blackout, that ammo was expensive to buy. Now you can buy it fairly cheap.
Well, the main reason I want to learn how to do it, say what happens if it does shoot up again to where it's expensive. I can now take the cheaper 223 brass and make it 300.
What's in your hands?
You see what I'm saying? And I already have the tools and stuff and the experience. So let me get you full screen, Dave.
It's R3B. This is 223. These guys pick up brass off of, from what I understand, they pick it off of a range. It's law enforcement only, and they can't pick up the brass. So you get brass cheap from that company.
Yeah, and that's all single shot. Yeah. That's all once fired brass if it's law enforcement because they cannot have reloads.
Most of it is Lake City.
There you go. With Lake City, you're not going to have to worry about trimming the neck.
Well,
yeah, I screwed up one day. I was reloading I put a new barrel on my AR, and I was trying to reload for it. And I screwed up one of my rounds. I didn't get all the way up in the resizing die. And when I went to chamber it locked in there.
Mm-hmm. And it's a bitch to get those out.
Well, I had where I was working at, I had a real high pressure line air hose with a rubber nozzle on the tip. Stuck that in the end of the barrel and popped it, and that bullet went flying right on out.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Johnny's reloading bench. That's who it was, Jamie. He got a 308 case, not fully sized. He neck sized it, didn't full length size it, and got it stuck in his barrel, and had to use a Zert fitting on it and force it out with grease.
I remember that now. I watched that video. It's like 45 minutes long.
Yes, sir.
And you talking about nerve wracking.
Oh yeah. Sorry, the side chat. I can't see the side chat right now. I'm trying to turn it on.
The brass, it came from R3B. Rangers recycled range brass.
Show the label one more.
Show the logo again.
Okay, it kind of faded out because it's been sitting in my reloading room for forever.
Yeah, my picture came out blurry. That's okay. Rangers, was it again? Ranger what?
Rangers recycled range brass, or
Okay.
R3B. You can email them at r3brass@gmail.com.
Oh, okay. That's easy enough.
I would ask you to put their email in the side chat, but then YouTube would destroy this channel.
Yeah. I just pulled out a handful here, and in this bag, it's there's some Aguila, AUSA, which I don't know who makes that, and then R&P, FP, and there's a Lake City. The one question I got, because I haven't spent a whole lot of time reloading the 223 on these, do you have to ream out the primer pockets or
on Lake City? Yes, because it's military brass.
Okay,
You're gonna have to ream it out, but it's not hard. If you have a case prep center, they make a jig just made for that. You just hold on and push down. It sizes it, cuts the pocket to a uniform to a standard length, and you just go from there. That's what I do. I have an old RCBS case prep center, so I'll do all my brass that way. I'll full length size it. If I trim it, I cut the necks inside and out on it, deburr it, and then do the primer pocket. And that cleans the primer pocket at the same time, so you don't have to worry about cleaning it.
right.
But then you can get, I have a brass, it's a brass, oh man, I can't think right now, I'm losing my mind. A primer pocket uniformer where it uniforms the flash hole, you know? Right. I do all that on that. But Uncle Jim has, I forget what his is, but he has the Lee adapter on it where it actually trims the brass on it, which is kind of cool, you know?
Right.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Oh!
I mean, they're from Lee. They're like $5 for the cutter head and everything. I mean, it's really cheap. Or not the cutter. It comes with the shell plate and the length, and then you add that into the cutter head, and away you go. I'm trying to turn on my side chat right now.
Yeah, the thing with reloading is I like reloading, and I wind up spending money on other things, and I don't buy all the stuff that I need. I just got the cheap stuff as I could get.
Well, reloading, you're not going to save any money reloading. You're going to shoot, but it allows you to shoot so much more for the amount of money you would have spent on the brand new ammunition.
Right.
Well,
that's where you save your money.
The one that I reload the most is my 6.5 Creedmoor, and
oh yeah, you have to.
Jamie, and I've got problems. I'm loading 39 grains, and I'm getting over pressure signs, and I'm thinking we was just talking about my scale is probably all screwed up because I was cheap on that.
If you can get one, let me grab it.
I want to say that reloading for some might be better, might keep you under the price for like some ammo than other, like some obscure rounds like 8mm Mauser.
Oh yeah, if it's an oddball, you're gonna have to load for that stuff. But Duke, if you can find a WowWoo, this is a cheap electronic scale off of Amazon. and they work. The problem is they made a new model now where it has an extra zero at the end, so you're just gonna have to ignore that extra thousands of grain. These
Right.
work. It was like $20. I mean, I have a lot of the different style where I spent way more money, and this is more accurate than all those. If you watch Uncle Jim's, he uses I mean, a lot of us use the Wahoo because it's so cheap. I should have bought 5 of these things at one time if I'd have known that they were going to change them, but they still work no matter what. You just got to ignore that extra zero they put on the end, you know?
Right.
And so,
But-
I was thinking of spending the money and just getting one of those that had the auto dispenser.
Yeah,
system
I got the lock and load the Hornady, and I had the Lyman, and my Lyman died on me right after it hit the 2-year mark, and no warranty after that. You're done.
Right.
Where the Hornady, they backed it up, and it had a problem where it wasn't beeping when it said the charge was done, and they gave me a brand new one, and it was almost 2 years old.
Wow.
So Hornady is well worth it. And Jamie was saying by him, he can find these for like $150. Here in California, they're damn near 280, you know, 290 right around there.
When I was looking on Amazon, it was there in the 280 ballpark.
Yeah.
Willie, I paid about 20, I think, or $30 for this one.
Oh, the Frankfurt Arsenal.
Yeah.
It works. I've heard good things and bad. It's not going to give you like a massive overcharge, but it's not as exact. Everyone I know who has a Wahoo loves the hell out of it.
Oh, this is just until I can get a Wahoo.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
Yeah.
I think I'm saying this one would probably be a good stopgap or something early, you know, for someone early, because I hate to say it, it's probably undercharges you more than it overcharges you. And let's face it, it's better to be under the charge than over the charge, because over the charge you can blow your gun up.
Well, if you buy yourself a manual scale, just check that Frankfurt versus a good manual scale. Don't knock that Lee crap manual scale. You don't want that hunk of junk. If you get yourself an RCBS, you know, because some people they're selling their dad's reloading supplies. Dad's gone now. Grandpa's gone. You can find those things pretty cheap, and just check it with a manual scale. If it's going under, not way under, I guess I don't know. I want it to be right. You know, I was doing with my Hornady. I was taking it right off my Hornady lock and load, right on top of the Wahoo, and it was like a half a grain difference. So I trusted it.
My friend had the Wahoos, and the difference between his and this one was like 2.5 grains difference on the same. I just pulled a bullet, and on mine it was saying 5.7. On his, it was saying 5.6 something, and then some other smaller numbers. I can't remember the exact number, but it was just.
Then roll with it.
Yeah, it was like 0.0025 grains off the differences. So I mean, I'm a little under the charge for Trail Boss, but you know, it's
sure. Johnny's Reloading Bench did a video on cheap electronic scales. That's where I'd go watch. You know, I know a lot of people had the Frankfurt, and some people said they didn't like it, and some people liked it. So if it works, it works.
I have it.
You have that electronic scale?
I have the Hornady, I have the Wahoo, and I have the Frankfurt Arsenal. I've already showed Duke both of those other ones. But yes, I do have the Frankfurt Arsenal one also, and it looks like this.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a great scale. It works good. The problem is it thinks slow. And when I'm trickling up rounds, I'll get an overcharge. It'll be at, say I want 6 grains. It'll be at 5.9, and I'm still turning the little handle, and then all of a sudden, wham, I'm at 6.2. with the Wahoo, it thinks faster. That's the only difference
There you go.
is the refresh rate.
Right to that thing you were talking about, Uncle Jim. I'm not sure this is it. The lead thing. Let me see. You're talking about something kind of like that, like the zip trimmer.
No. He has it's attachment. That attachment for the zip trimmer I use on when I'm turning the necks because it grabs the base of the cartridge really well. But he has the Lyman, I believe it's Lyman Case Prep Center. It's electronic, like my RCBS over there. You just flip a button and they all spin for you. I'm forgetting the actual name of it. I'm sorry. I'm having a real brain fart today. But
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, to get back to Duke on those brass, you're going to want to, if you have a hand deprimer, just use a universal deprimer, sit one day and just sit at the TV and just, until your fingers are sore. And then go back the next day and finish them all up. It's not I used to do it all by hand for years.
Right. Well, I was thinking I was going to have to get a primer pocket swager. And I guess either way, I'm gonna have to spend another $100 or so to do it. But I was just curious, being these are like 223 and not 556, if there was a difference.
Yeah. Now, if it's 223, a lot of times no, you're okay. But if it's 556 Lake City, then there's going to be a crimp in there, and that's a kinetic bullet puller.
Some of these are marked 223, and some are not marked. They're just Lake City 14.
If it has a 14, if there's a date there, that's military. All military ammunition's lotted by date.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go through and sort all these into groups.
Because you got to remember, if it's military, that's 556, not 223.
Right.
So there's pressure differences between them.
Right.
So you got to be careful there.
Well, no,
Jamie just had that on the Georgia Shooting Connection 2 weekends ago, I believe, wasn't it, Jamie?
Yeah.
Well, no, Average Joe Hunter said he said, "I wish I had the patience to reload." This gives you the patience because when you mess up, you get to work out your frustrations with one of these. This is this is a reloader's best friend right here.
No, it ain't. Your reload.
No.
It was your best friend.
Your press is your best friend. That is, man, I screwed up and I got to undo 300 casings now, and this sucks.
Yeah, but hey, it helps work out the frustration though.
And if you use it,
I have a question.
it gets screwed up too.
I put a piece of cloth at the end, and that doesn't happen when for mine. Mine it hits that and just bounces up off of them.
Yeah, but you're never going to get you're not going to get your full powder charge back that you have that paper down there. It comes with foam down there, a hard foam to stop the bullet from being messed up. But it still hangs on a little bit of your powder too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that more often with black powder. I have to take that out and put a new piece in there where I have to redo my black powder. A little bit with Trail Boss, but so far I haven't really had to pull any with Unique yet. Not Unique.
Trail Bosses. The donuts are great. They usually fall out no problem. But if you started getting into H110 or, Bullseye, you got a real soft, grainy powder, and it's going to stick everywhere.
Jamie helped me with because we found what was it, St. Mark's powder, wasn't it, Jamie? That I had given a whole bunch to, and we're trying to find a load for a 45 Colt because that's what I wanted to load it into because I didn't have, and it's a ball powder, and I didn't have the 223 at the time. I don't have any brass to reload for it anyway, so that's what I had to reload. And it took us, an hour to find something similar to that? And we sat there and it
was shotgun. It was a shotgun powder, so we knew it wasn't going to be Nothing for 223 or anything like that. It was.
Yeah.
I think we settled on Winchester 231, Willie.
Yeah.
It's
we
amazing
know-
how many shotgun powders got put into pistols and rifles.
Well, when
Hey.
I loaded up Clay's, I
Clays,
can't remember.
Clays loaded in 45 Colt for cowboy load.
Yeah. So I know
That's
you
cool.
can do it, but some of them, I only did up what 2 of them just to test it out, and I'm gonna test it out in my little, my little snubby, as y'all can.
Your cap gun, your
No,
airsoft
that
gun.
one. No, that one's cartridge converted. That one is a registered firearm.
No, that's an
That one has-
airsoft when you're on YouTube. Just like the one I showed the other day was like a half hour ago was an airsoft. That wasn't a gun. That shoots airsoft. I just haven't painted the red tip on it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. It was an airsoft gun. Yeah. But the thing is, I dropped it and cracked the grip on it, so now I have to make new grips.
Ooh, never drop a gun.
It
Not saying
wasn't
I've
like-
never.
Never turns out good.
Yeah, it never turns out good.
I dropped
Well, it
my
wasn't like-
Beretta one day.
Did you?
Yeah, I was off on my motorcycle. Dropped it on gravel. Couldn't even tell it never even made a scratch in it.
Well, then you're lucky. And what's bad is I was assembling the gun and I dropped it out of my hands because I sneezed putting it together. I said, you know what? It's not biting in my hand. I'm just gonna put it in the holster and leave it alone.
So what
I
kills
dropped
me is this,
one day going into the holster and it dropped down on my foot, and I still got a scar on my foot from where the hammer on that thing hit.
yeah, that's how I dropped mine. I thought it was in my holster and it wasn't.
But when you drop a walker on your foot, you know you dropped something.
Yeah, I've never done anything that bad.
Well, it's what, like an 8-pound revolver?
5.
Well, I feel bad. I slid down a hill and used my buddy's rifle stock as a stop, so I didn't go off the edge. I literally ground the half of his stock right off the side of it, and it was a beautiful stock. It wasn't when I got done with it. That was a hard bite to say, you know what? Let me show you what happened. Your rifle saved my life, but I owe you a new stock, and it was costly. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Fancier that wood gets, the more costly it is too.
Yeah. Oh, it had all that inletting on the side and all fancy deer on the side, the whole thing, and I literally laid on that thing to stop me from going off the edge, right over granite rock. Just destroyed that stock.
I'm going to say something. I don't want anyone else to be offended, but I did way back when I first started my YouTube channel an AR that I had at the time before I sold it and all that stuff. So y'all won't see my AR on my YouTube channel because as soon as I uploaded it, I got a channel strike. The video was removed, and yeah. So I just don't want to take that risk again.
You had someone who didn't like you to do that. I've been lucky.
Yeah.
I haven't got a strike yet. No videos taken down. Every only videos taken down I took down. So.
Well, but can you understand why and also the way I built my channel now, it really wouldn't fit too well with what I've got. I mean,
well, that's how you expand your channel, though.
Yeah.
You can't always stay in the black powder age. You need to come over and expand your channel. So now you said you want to get to 1,000 subs. You're not going to get 1,000 subs doing black powder, I don't think. It might happen, but I don't think you are.
You got 4,000 black powder. All I do is black powder, and I'm at 4. So.
Oh, and there you go. See.
It's taken me a lot of years to get there too. I started this in 2015. It took me 5 years to get to that.
Oh,
point.
good for you.
Well, and
That's outstanding.
I don't want this is just a hobby, you know, and
That's
you
all
know,
it is does too.
and so, you know, when I reach there, yeah, I'm gonna go try a 1,000-yard shot with the Sharps, just because I want to. And I think by the time I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll have that thing dialed in for 1,000 yards.
Well,
Of
look
course,
at
I'll
Wes
probably
Cavini.
do
He's
that
shooting
like
600 plus yards with his, you know, his black powder. He's popping 600 yards every time he goes to gun range. Plus 600 plus.
Well, there's
with his Martini Henrys.
There's up in Wyoming that, you know, they do the mile shoot with their Sharps rifles using black powder cartridge.
Yeah, but
it's possible.
But Duke, aren't they using like 45 120s usually with like peep sights and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're going to use a 45 caliber Sharps, your minimum is going to be 45-90, but a 110 is the best. If you're using a 50 cal, you can get by with a 50-90 or a 50-70.
Well, I'm just taking what they would have been, you know, the 54-60, and I'm gonna try, you know, I've got the 1,000-yard range.
But you're going to need a back sight that's about that tall.
I know, I know. It's gonna be standard iron sight. Just what's on the rifle.
Just shoot at the clouds. You'll get it there. Lob it in like artillery.
That's what it is. The difference with them black powders is you're dropping an artillery shell.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys that does the mile shoots up there, he showed me a picture of one of his bullets that hit at a mile, and it hit at about that angle. You can tell where mushroomed the side of the bullet. It was coming in pretty steep.
Wow. That's crazy to see them do that. That would be cool to watch.
And they do that with iron sights. Which
must be a big plate they're shooting at for them to see it with iron sights, but
yeah, it's 8. It's good sized plate. It's 8 foot because that's the only way you can see it at a mile.
So it's like a Lincoln Town Car sitting out there, steel plate, or a Pinto.
This is what I'm going to be shooting at 1,000.
Oh, Jesus, you're optimistic.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll get it.
Good luck with that.
It just depends
It
on
might take 6 pounds of powder and 400 pounds of lead, but I'll get it there. My golly.
Yeah.
How
It'll
about
probably
me,
fall
myself?
over.
I get milk jug at 1,000 with a modern rifle.
I guarantee you that'll probably fall down dead of pure fear. Because 300, well, I mean, I got it up, some up here. 320 grain bullet whistling past your head at that. I don't care who you are. That's got to be scary, you know.
Yeah, well, one thing you got to be aware of, I don't care who you are, is I'm shooting back.
Exactly. That is true. I will be shooting back. And 1,000 yards wasn't hard for me.
How would I feel about putting this up there? Oh, yeah. Putting this at 1,000 yards up there and just seeing, you know, I haven't fully decided yet.
Yeah, see, I don't have the eyes for 1,000 yards right now, iron sights right now. I mean, I might be able to hit it, but it'd be hard. But I'll definitely be shooting back. I'll tell you that much.
There you go, Willie. There's some 40.
There you go. I don't mind making some to help you ship to Scotsman.
Put that back a little bit. But in between the bookshelf and the walk-in.
I can send a full box full if you want. 20 pounds, 25 pounds of lead if you want. He's done a lot for me too.
That's a pretty good chunk. I think if we both send him a box, that he ought to be quiet for a while, don't you?
Then I'll get going on those tomorrow, my friend.
Willie, what 45 caliber mold are you using?
Oh, geez.
What day is it?
Exactly. Well, I have an 8-cavity 220 grain that PC Bullet Empire is fixing the screw plate for me since someone opened that up. I have I have to go look, Jeremy. You know, I really would. I have a lot of molds. That's the problem.
Well, maybe that's a video. Maybe that's a video you could do, like showing off all your different types of molds. Because
I've done that. When I opened 15 brand new molds at one time, going, "Ooh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!" Oh yeah.
I remember. Well, I'm just saying, like, because I have a feeling you probably have some molds that are not even. You and Jamie both probably have some molds that are not even made anymore.
I have one. It's probably 50 to 60 years old. 3-cavity, 311 spire point. You know, it's probably for an early SKS or something like that. That's probably the oldest mold I have. But most of mine are pretty new. You know, I'm a steel mold man now. I love steel molds. But
I like steel molds. I just don't like paying for them.
exactly.
Exactly. I'd love to have steel mold. I just don't have the money for one.
Well, we've learned the art of winning them on eBay for cheap money. So
one I'd like to have is a Lyman. It's the one that's almost identical to the original 45 long Colt bullet, the 1873 bullet, which is 250 grain. It's got a dual grease groove, which is really deep for black powder lube. But I just don't want to pay the $75 for it just yet.
Yeah, a lot of times misspell it on purpose on eBay. That's where you get the deals on steel molds. When someone's typing too fast and they because I can't spell with the beans. So I type in what I think it's spelled like, and all of a sudden I find molds that no one's bid on. You know, I picked up a 4-cavity Lyman with handles for $35. Well, you know, that's $100 mold easily, you know?
Yeah.
So you can find the deals out there. They are there.
Well, Duke, if you can find another one for like that you're talking about, that for the 45, and you catch, you know, you can catch at the right time where I got some money, I'll go halfsies with you. Just send me a box full of bullets so I can test them out. You know.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it again. But yeah, I was gonna, because I wanted to do a test on the original 45 Colt style with a 45 Colt Uberti reproduction, but I just haven't. I got too many other things I spend money on, so.
Trust me, I know all about it. And so does Jeremy now with 2 kids. He knows all about that now.
Oh,
they like to eat.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I for my son's 8th birthday, he got this little airsoft rifle.
Yep, I saw your video.
I refurbished this for him, and he's today for it. He just doesn't know it yet because we're going out this week. Hopefully, going out this week into the range.
I'm trying to not mess up with your daughter's thing that you were supposed to get.
I know it's in the fixing pile. Yeah, I have now a pile of things to fix for the kids.
It's a honey-do list.
No, it's a kid-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah, my honey to-do list is already done.
It never ends, Jeremy. It never ends. Trust me.
No, it's not.
The honey-do list never ends.
I discovered waterfowl hunting last year, so that sucked up all my reloading funds I had saved up.
And he just doesn't know it. The wife is taking it over.
There you go.
Oh, I never wear the thing, so I don't care. The shirt was given to me. I just don't care about it.
I'm taking it. I don't care if you like it or not.
I don't care about football. No offense to anybody, but I don't care about it much. And that's
Average
just
Joe
cheap.
Hunter, reloading to me is relaxation. I can sit, turns into zen. I play a little music. I relax. If I make a video, I got to really concentrate when I'm loading. That's why a lot of times I'm not doing loading videos anymore. But to me, it's complete relaxation. I was loading these 358s when I was actually talking to Jamie earlier today, and it was just, I can feel my shoulders drop. I can relax, and it's just so much fun.
Oh, I love reloading just because it's that I usually do it watching a bunch of y'all's videos. Just literally, I just during the week, just I'm sitting here deep priming, done with that. Hook up the primer, priming, watching another video, or sometimes I'm just watching y'all's live streams, sitting there reloading, reloading away.
No, and now you got a little boy to help bring him into it and teach him how to deprime and full size, full length size, and everything. And that's what we need. We need younger, we need kids doing this to keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get. We saw what was it? It was a small Lee turret press by Lee. It was cheap, I think, but we just missed it at a yard sale. What did we see that? Like 50, 75 bucks, something like that.
Something like that.
It was like cheap, and it had didn't have any dies, but it was just.
Yeah, you got to watch out on that because you can spend another $20 and have a brand new one. So you got to watch out. It has to be a good deal.
It looked like almost brand new. It looked like it maybe got used 1 or 2 times. Maybe.
The only one I could recommend at a garage sale where I'm not going to pass up for $50 or less is a rock chucker, an RCBS rock chucker.
Oh,
because
yeah,
you can have that rebuilt completely, and it's just a chunk of iron, and you just change some parts around, then you have a beautiful single stage press that you can do everything with.
Right.
Well, like I said, it looked like it maybe had been used a couple of times. Like there was no rust on it. There was no. And
I had a chance at Dillon press one time, and I wish I'd have taken it, but I didn't.
I did.
Yeah, I got reruns that stuff.
Yeah, I just picked up a Dillon Square Deal B, and it's a fun pistol cartridge one. I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's fast. I have a friend who passed away who has a 550C, and I'm trying to get that one.
Wait, clean this thing up.
This guy was.
Go ahead.
This guy was at a gun show, and he had an entire Dillon press set up for 4440, which I had just gotten a 4440 revolver at the time. He had 5,000 rounds of brass and bullets and enough powder and primers to load all of them, and he wanted $700 for the whole thing. I should have took it, but I didn't. So I was in college at the time, and I figured my books were more important than that. I wish now I would have thought differently.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I wish I would have bought a long time ago. Or never sold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've already got my opinion because I've used it for a while now. What's y'all's opinion on this little, like a back?
Nothing wrong. I heard it worked. I've never played with one, but I heard it works. I just heard you got to watch your fingers from being pinched. That's all I heard.
I've never used that, but I've got the Lyman Ideal tool, and I liked playing around with that. The only problem is if you use a soft lead bullet, I was reloading some 4570s with a soft lead bullet. If you don't get your powder compressed just right when you're loading black powder, it'll sway them bullets out to where they won't even go in the chamber.
Yeah, if you're doing a smokeless, I think you go to the gun range. Yeah, that one right there. Lee has them, what is it? Reconditioned for $75 on their website.
That's the one we saw at the yard sale. Like 50, it was either 50 or $75. It was under 100. I wish I had the money to grab and snatched it up. That way I could use this one for the, use this one for the primer, and then use that for the rest of it. That way I can just have everything up there and just prime everything on this while I'm watching stuff. I gotta get more brass though. That's the main thing I need. Brass.
For what?
45 Colt, mainly right now.
Well, that's a tough one, man.
That was this. Trust me, this thing ain't getting hurt anytime soon. I've already hit it with like 1,000 rounds plus already. Watch that monitor, please, baby. Thank you.
I'm not stupid when it comes to monitors.
I know, but I just. But mainly it's just 45 Colt that I need right now. Because the 223 that I bought for 150, and let's just say this, it's going to be cheaper to get the upper than it is to rebuild this thing into 223. Yeah, it's just going to be cheaper. I can understand why it went for $150. He basically took everything out that he put into it, then sold it.
So did you buy this thing?
Yeah, I wanted an AR. I missed mine. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
you
a little.
bought that one you were talking about last time?
Yeah. I mean,
I was gonna say, if not, I would have bought it for that price.
yeah, an AR for 150. I mean, that you can't pass that up. Yeah, it needs parts and stuff, but it's an AR
Parts
for
are easy.
$100. You
Bring it
know,
over to my house. We'll fix that. I got parts. What
Dang,
we
I-
don't have, I'm going to the local gun store and pick them up.
it,
What do you think you're going to need, man?
I need few springs, buffer spring, mainly. And the bolt that came into it, I do not think it's supposed to be in there because it
Take it out.
doesn't
Show it
cycle
to
very
us.
well.
What do you mean it won't cycle very well?
When I rack the slot, when I go to rack it, it's
Clean it.
You're
not.
jammed. Okay, you could have
Yeah,
a
and
bent charging handle. I mean,
It's soaking right now, so I can get it out.
My AR,
So
my AR
I
got to where it
definitely get it
didn't
out.
want to cycle. I finally cleaned it, and it apparently had a lot of carbon on it after I shot 2,000 rounds without cleaning it.
that happens sometimes, my friend. That happens.
And I found out that cheap steel wolf ammo is probably the dirtiest stuff you can shoot.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
You know that is
definitely-
absolutely
yeah.
true.
Yeah, you have to clean it after that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Clean it, oil it, everything.
Now, Jeremy, somewhere on the Lee site, you can find reconditioned presses. That Pro 1000 I've seen for $80. Reconditioned,
Yeah, well,
ready to go. I just can't find it right now.
Not the Pro 1000,
Well, I had,
the Turret.
Was it the Turing? No, it looked
Yeah,
just
it was,
like the one you just showed. It wasn't the 4-hole Turing press.
there it is. It's the one here is Lee Value Turret Press.
Oh, okay, the value Turing press. All right, that looked like a Pro 1000 to me from the thing. But
Yeah, they look the exact same. I don't know what's the difference is, but I mean,
I love my 4-hole turret press. I like the 4-hole. The 3-hole's all right, but you know.
I like mine too. That was the first press I ever bought, and I'll always keep it because it does so much stuff. You can do so
It does.
much stuff.
Yeah, they're not showing any reconditioned presses on their site
okay,
right
I have
now.
a question. How many They're probably all gone right now. Right now, we're the place we're at, cheap prices. They're probably gone. How many of y'all keep y'all's bullet tips in old medicine bottles like this?
You tell them keeping projectile bullets in it?
Yeah,
The
like
bullet
just like the
itself?
lead bullet. Yeah, well, the bullet tip, the freedom seed.
Well, I have some Magnum casings in one right now, but that's the only one I keep in there because mainly a lot of times I keep them in the jug after I get done sizing them. You know, a lot of times, or I put them in a Ziploc bag. You know,
I keep mine in coffee cans, hot chocolate cans. I
Mine
cast
just I can find.
I have a hard time keeping them not in a cartridge though. That's my problem.
right, and
I make them and they go into a cartridge right away.
I
Well,
just don't.
Well, you know what works really good too is the Gatorade bottles, the little 1 ounce Gatorade bottles. I have like 7 of those full of 9 mil bullets, like consume tight.
Well, that's you. I don't
There
know
you
if
go.
this all,
You just don't want to use glass mason jars.
Yeah, that doesn't work out well in the end.
Average Joe, yeah, I've done a lot of reloading videos. It's been a while since I've done one because every once in a while I'll do a booger and then I'm weighing loaded cartridges saying, is there powder in this one? You know, if I did a mistake, but I've only had one and I'm knocking on real wood right now, squib,
Here you go, Jeremy.
out of 20 years.
This is 9 millimeter, and this is just half of them. I got 300 over there drying from powder coat being quenched. So no, I don't keep them in a medicine bottle. They won't.
well, this is just what I'm talking about. For like, say you've got 200 rounds, you just put something like that big into something smaller so it'll fit on your table.
Negative.
No.
Okay, well, because I got a bunch over there. I just took this.
Jeremy, do you have Harbor Freight by you?
There's one in Jonesboro. Yeah, Jonesboro. So that's about an hour or two away.
If you get by, these right now are $3.99. 30 cal ammo cans.
Yeah.
Put bullets in that. There's a seal around it, so you don't have to worry about anything getting in it.
I want to find some of those old metal ones.
Oh, I'm not going to lift up the one I got down. It's full of 45 right now, ACP. It's too heavy to lift up. There you go, 30 cal ammo can right there. Exactly what I just showed you.
This one actually holds my garden seeds, but same thing.
Yep.
Well, I want to find one that
My 50 cals are filled with shotgun shells and 40s and 6.5s. I'm not going to try to lift them up.
Well, the reason why I want to.
I'm sitting here looking at 5 of them right now. One of them's full of 40 caliber, one's full of 223, one's full of 9 millimeter, one's full of 38, and another one's full of 357 Magnum.
Well,
Sportsman's Warehouse or Sportsman's Guide, whatever one, they've got a deal. They've got 12 of those 50 caliber ammo cans for $100.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's
I want one, and I want to find one that's been beat up, is a little rusty, is not good for holding ammo anymore because it might fall apart. Your ammo get messed up, it being in, and then reconverting it into a little camp stove. Give it new life. Basically, that's what I want to do. Is basically restore it. To a little camp stove. So when I go camping, during the wintertime, I have, my butt don't freeze at night.
This is the lightest one I have. It's full of my cleaning kit. That's what I keep in there. That's the lightest one I have. The other ones are too full, too heavy.
That's the only one you pick up with one hand, right, Willie?
The other ones I have my 21-year-old son pick up. My back would be killing me getting those heavy full ones. He's a young buck. He got some strength. He can do it still.
Okay, I want to show y'all what the wife's going to be doing tomorrow. She's going to be learning how to put all those tomorrow.
All of those, that's going to take her what, 4.5 minutes?
Well, oh. That one, what
You're
the-
killing me, Jamie. You're killing me.
Well, it's going to take a little longer because she's going to be,
I'm sorry. Hold on a minute.
I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but there's some icky. I don't have to re-clean these before she can do it. I don't think I
No,
cleaned.
thank you, Jamie.
30.
No, thank you, Jamie.
I'm going to have to re-clean these before we can do that. I can't do it. The kids are asleep.
Yeah.
First round I tried to reload was the 30-30. That's the first smokeless round I ever reloaded. And I about screwed up because I got hard cast bullets thinking no better because it's cheaper, and I was pushing them at about 2,000 FPS, and I let it up a barrel right back.
38 special.
There's 9 mil. And I got 5 of these full of 223 in the garage. So if you want to practice depriming, come down to California. I got a lot of work for you.
Well, y'all been doing this a lot longer than I have, all three of y'all. So, I'm still new at this. I've only been doing this about a year.
Jeremy,
And
I
then
got all this from range pickup.
Right. Just
In
take
like
it
a
up
month.
the range.
In a month. I go to the indoor gun range and I ask everyone, you want your brass? You want your brass? You want your brass? And they say no. I say it's mine. If they say yes, they pick it up. If not, it goes to the gun range. I pick up everything. My son hates me.
9 times out of 10, every time I go to an indoor gun range, shooting, and then a guy from the gun range has to go in there, sweep out the lane, and then just literally throws the brass in the trash can.
Most of the time, that trash can goes in the back because they recycle those casings.
And
Yeah.
Because that's
well,
money.
this one,
They'll resell
they
them
don't
to
sell
the
these-
people. Yeah, you're roboting really bad, Jeremy.
hear that they
Yeah, he
Sorry,
did there.
Mark. I couldn't help it, man.
Oh, I know. I was gonna say,
Let me
dang
tell
it, Jamie, you're gonna make me go get the damn truck. I'm gonna start wheeling stuff in by the crate. Dang
I
it.
know it. MCK said, no, bad, no.
That's right. Mark, I'm glad you're doing good. Want to see some fine little things that where'd I put them?
Send
Yeah.
MCK a link, Jeremy.
Look at Bullet Junkie sent me. Sent me some nice 357s.
Those are beautiful.
Ooh,
red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. Some 357 nickel.
I need MCK's stuff.
And
You don't have
he
MCK
sent me some 9 mil nickel. Then he sent me a bunch of 9 mil. The same round nose you just did, Jamie. He has that mold too.
The Lee 356 124 TL.
Yes, sir, TL. So I didn't read it right. He didn't write it wrong. I was looking at it going, TL? What the hell
Can
is
someone
TL stand for?
send
Yeah, I'll see if I can find his email.
He said he's out in the garage, like he wouldn't come on if we sent him a link, but send him
Yeah,
a link
just-
anyway. We never get to see him. He's always working on the weekends.
Yeah, he is. Poor Mark. Let's see if I even have it.
So I got a question
I
for
mean-
you, a reloading question for you guys while you're looking that up. So on the 6.5 with H4350, what is the max for that with 140 grain? Because I keep seeing things online that says 41 and a half, 41, 39, and I can't find a manual that has it listed.
It's such a new cartridge still, really. I mean, it's not a new cartridge, but it's newly popular. He's so bold. Let me see what I can find for you.
Where are my books?
Because these two were fired with 41.3 grains, and they've got pressure signs on them. But again, that was ones that were reloaded with that crappy tail that was throwing weird charges, so that could be a lot of it. But some of these, they came out with no pressure signs, but a majority of them, they're really flattening out the primers or dragging the extractor.
What caliber is that again?
It's 6.5.
6.5 Creedmoor?
Yeah.
Creedmoor, right?
Yeah, I'm going in my book.
Do they make a mold, like a lead mold for 6.5, or do you have to buy the bullets?
You'd have to buy the bullets because them things are screaming pretty fast.
I'd shove a jacket or a zinc bullet down it just to give it a try, but that'd be interesting to see because zinc is not as hard as lead or jacketed, but it's a lot harder than lead.
It's already shared.
Right.
Okay,
There we go.
I got this book.
Yeah,
Lima
Well,
50.
Ah, I was just going the same thing, Jamie.
no, I'm not. No, I'm going to click on the YouTube ones.
And they don't show, they show IMR 4350 at 39.5 grains at max. And it's 2,585 feet per second at 61,000 pounds per square inch.
Yeah, I have quick loads, but I'm on the computer right now, so I couldn't open it up. Sorry.
What do you have any other powders, Duke?
H4350 is the only one that I've got.
Let me see.
I've got one other
Y'all make a lot of noise over there, boys and girls. Let me see what I'm going to find for you.
Put in here.
Okay, why is
I do have some
showing up on the
4198, and then I've got Varget.
I love
I might
that.
be roboting. I'm pulling up my Gmail stuff right now. And because he sent his email.
No, you're sounding fine right now to me.
Varget, I'm
Alright.
showing a max load of 34.5 at 2,584 feet per second at 60,800 feet per second. And you're talking about 140 grain bullet, right?
Yes. Let me double check that. Yeah, 140 grain bullets.
Okay. For Hodgdon, 4350, I'm showing a max load of 40.4 grains, 2,707 feet per second, PSI of 60,300. The minimum load is
All right,
30.2.
What was that minimum again?
Minimum is 37.2. That's 2,528 feet per second.
Okay.
And
That makes a lot of sense of why I'm getting
All right.
pressure signs at 41.3.
okay, Mark, ready for a link.
I sent it to him, maybe.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, wait, I might be able to get up.
What grain bullet again? I'm sorry.
140.
140 AMAX or what? Sierra?
ELD match. Hornady
Yeah.
ELD match.
Okay, Duke, if you'll look in
Gosh,
the
they don't
private
know.
channel, I put a link in there. You can go in there and look it up.
All right.
No, mine, it's not showing anymore.
Try this here.
Right. He said he's got it. Okay.
Wow, I'm looking for. I'm seeing on quick loads right now. Just don't get me wrong. I don't have the technical exactly how much liquid the case holds and everything. At 37.2 grains with a 140 grain Hornady A Max. That's the only thing they had in there. By that. That's pretty scooting, but it's not severe pressure. But you put 42 grains. You said.
41.3.
41.3. Let me just see what that does.
Yeah, that's way over.
0.3. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Mix chamber. Where's it showing? 76,994 pressure. So yeah, suppose you can blow the primer out the back.
It was just starting to show the signs. It's just starting to drag. And like I said, there were some of them where the primer was going completely flat on the back. But a majority of them is just dragging the ejector.
Now, did you put it over a chronograph?
Did. I'd have to find my reloading book and see what the numbers were.
I'm just interested because it's showing right here at 1479 feet per second. But again, I don't have all the parameters in. I just have a bullet weight with Varget.
I'm going to say here 2750.
But this is with
I think
Varget though.
800 with the I think I was pushing 2,800 with that 4350.
It's
I haven't tried any
4350 powder. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you were talking Varget. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't tried. The only thing I've tried Varget in was a 30-30, and that didn't work out all that well.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say it didn't look good.
Do you-
4350.
I know
4350.
this is
IMR
off topic, but do
4350.
I know this is off topic, but do y'all know what 3D printer Eagle Eye has?
No idea. That's another person to talk to, Duke, is Kenny. He does a lot of 6.5 Creedmoor.
I've watched all of his videos.
Yeah. Yeah, see, to get the actual everything right, I need to know exactly how much the case is holding. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy?
What's happening, MCK?
So, Mark,
Mr. Mark.
Give me a minute.
Speed with that load on the 6.5 was right around the 2750 mark, like JH said.
Yeah. Quick Loads gave it for the 43 IMR 4350. Yeah, that came up right around there. I just shut the program down.
Yeah.
oh, excuse me.
I
Well-
sure do like this Quick Loads, but boy, I need an upgrade for it. And I'm trying to get copies made for a couple people, but that's another story. That's like me saying this is a Nerf gun.
Yeah, nephew Mark,
printer
obviously.
I'm sorry, what, Jeremy?
Yeah, MCK, I think this is your first time on. I said, I think this is MCK's first time on my channel, isn't it?
I don't know. Can you hear us, Mark?
Yeah, I got the audio going now.
Oh, okay. This the first time you've been on Jeremy's channel?
It's been a while. I forgot I had the Bluetooth was on my phone, not the Chromebook. What's up, everybody?
Another day in paradise, Mr. Mark.
Yes, sir. Working my butt off lately.
Have you?
Yep.
At least you're working.
I am thankful for that.
Yeah.
Right?
Keep yourself safe, man.
Yes.
Do you know Duke?
No, how you doing, sir?
Hello.
Nice to meet you, bud.
This is
Nice to meet
MPK's Mark. So glad to introduce y'all. Obviously, the last live stream Mark was on was Uncle Jim, because he was on Uncle Jim and he's got nephew Mark down there. Get it?
Oh yeah.
I almost wept when I watched Jim's video and his trees were all blown apart. He walked out there picking up all that lead. It brought a little tear to my eye. I can't say that I didn't put some of those bullets out there, but I know I did. That 22 TCM, I think I was the only one that shot at the gong.
Yeah.
It was funny when he said he had that river of lead going down, all that lead ash. I'll be out there scooping it up and melting it.
No kidding.
An encounter with George, my ghost. He just not like something that should have off, and it just broke in my floor.
No.
The ghost that haunts my
Your
house.
goat did that?
Ghost.
You said you had a goat do that?
Ghost.
Oh, ghost.
See, Willie, in the South,
No,
everybody
that's a
has a
goat.
ghost named George.
My last house I was in for over 20 years, it was haunted. The lady committed suicide in the house. She used to put my towels down in the hallway. She would open the cabinet and literally stack them on the floor. And I kept used to asking my wife, "Did you do that?" No. I asked my kids, "Did you do that?" No. I'm like, damn, she came again. Kid you not, 2 or 3 towels would be on the ground, stacked like they just took them right out and put them right down on the ground. You'd see the shadow where I used to sit. I used to could see down the hallway to my bedroom, and I could see the black shadow go through the rooms. Got used to it, no big deal. But I haven't thought of that in a long time.
I don't get used to crap like that, man. I don't know about y'all, but
Well, at
I
first
agree
we were
with you.
scared shitless. We were like, man, I don't like this. But it got to a point where you just ignored it.
My wife claims we got one that followed us from the old apartment to here. I've yet to experience
Yeah,
anything.
that's kind of right here.
so what were you powder coating?
I don't know. I gotta do it.
Baby.
9 mil.
And can my
9 mil.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, we're planning. This is just, you can write it down. October this year, the 10th through the 24th at Pat's house. 1 week in between the 10th and the 24th in Vegas.
Okay. All right.
Since you were here, I wanted to let you know.
I probably won't be able to go.
It's
Now,
all
my
right,
woman's
well,
going to hear me say Vegas, and you know she's going to be trailing. So,
You were the
Oh,
Vegas
yeah,
story
I'm telling
already,
you.
and I don't think.
I'm trying to get my old lady to say, yeah, let's go.
No, it's not. It hasn't been Vegas either.
He wouldn't be allowed to go anywhere without us, trust me. And we're not bad guys. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
I might take
Okay.
the long way and cruise through Utah just to see that beautiful land again.
Or, you know,
Yeah, I want to go back to Utah bad.
we will be back.
I
JH
want
would
to move to Utah.
be the.
Y'all are in trouble.
No, I'm not saying there will be no mass quantities of alcohol not drank that weekend, but it wouldn't be for me. But there will be a lot of alcohol drank. Guarantee that.
Most definitely.
And Mr. Pat's house is quite beautiful. Let me tell you.
Y'all want to see what happens when I get bored with I have markers?
Did you draw that or just color it in?
I found it like online outline. I printed it out before my printer went shit, and then colored it in.
There you go. When I get bored like that, I deep prime brass in full length size cases.
Yeah,
There's
clean up my
Luke back.
camera. I clean up my lube tank. I got to clean up my lube box. It's still got some smoke.
Yeah,
on
see,
the floor there.
It's bad. Traditional lube, when you guys do that, that stuff is sticky and messy and
A-Lock.
A-Lock
I
and candle wax.
touch my lead bullet and not have it smeared all over my fingers.
You want a real fun lube to mess with? Use beeswax and lamb's tallow.
Never done the lamb's tallow, but I got see, I got NRA lube in this one, and it has beeswax and some other crap in it, some molly, I think.
For black powder shooting, we try to use all natural so it doesn't. For some reason, black powder and petroleum-based lube just do not get along.
No,
Cake on like it makes a real hard, crusty cake residue. Whereas with the beeswax and lamb's tallow, keeps that stuff soft like lard. Cleanup is easy.
now how fast do you have to clean your cases? Put them in the tumbler.
And black powder, I found that I got to take and boil water on the stove, dump that onto the cases that are sitting in a pot, and then dump in OxyClean. That's the only way I can get that stuff out of there. I want to try to use one of those the new Frankfurt Arsenal tumblers that use the stainless steel media. I want to try one of them because I tried that. My former boss had one, and I cleaned a lot of my brass. That's the cleanest brass I've ever had.
If you go to Harbor Freight, you can get the dual rock tumbler. And if you know someone like Jamie, who he made me this. Inside, I have a little agitator inside. I don't know if I can really see it or not, but got the agitator, the stainless steel pins, little plumbing pipe, and there you go. You fill your casings and tumble away. Ooh, Jamie, it still smells like gasoline. I just got done cleaning the pins. I tumbled a bunch of brass that had a lot of lanolin on it, and man, it really made my pins stick together and not work right. So I cleaned it last night with gasoline, and I just got a big whiff of unleaded. I'm gonna leave that out in the garage with the lid off.
Those canisters work remarkably well for what they are.
They do. And it's only like a $50 tumbler, rock tumbler, rock polisher.
Dude.
And it comes with the 2 black ones, and you can tumble your brass in those. But if you make one of these, you can tumble a whole ton of brass. But that Frankfurt Arsenal, the big one, oh man, I'm drooling over one of those.
I know, man. We all.
You
What
can
are
do
you
it.
using, Art?
I use the single tub for Harbor Freight, and my recipe is steel pins, Arm & Hammer laundry soap with the OxyClean, 2 or 3 drops of soap, not a whole bunch, just a couple drops, and then hot water, and then I just fill the brass up to the top, cover the brass with the soapy water, and about 30 minutes later, I'm clean enough for my gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, those stainless steel pins can make brass look brand spanking
Yeah.
new.
Oh, my boss when we
People overkill with soap. You don't even need a whole lot of soap. Just a little bit of soap goes
Okay.
a long way in that stuff.
What you
Yeah.
got, Jeremy?
Dude, you see these? That right there
Yeah.
was black powder that I had shot about 3 or 4 times, right? You know what they look like, right? After black powder, you reload and shot them a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I've
get
shot
pretty
black
dirty.
powder in 45 cold.
Hey, no. Yeah, well, here's the thing.
No, you got to go get something off the shelf.
That
But yeah,
was
those Frankfurt Arsenals are pretty cool.
Well, we got the special juice that goes in there, and I mean, them brass cases come out looking better than they did when we bought them out of the bag, brand new.
I use a little Lemmy Shine and a little detergent, soap, dishwasher liquid, and
Yep.
away you go. Hot water. But if you put too much Lemmy Shine, they turn a brown because it eats something out of the brass.
Yeah, right. It
It takes the zinc out of the brass. I thought I heard. It takes something out of the brass.
oh geez, I just had a bunch of brass here that I
Probably the. Oh, I'm trying to get mine up. That there.
Back it up a little bit.
A
There you
piece of toothpaste.
Oh yeah, toothpaste is a good abrasive. Yeah, toothpaste works real well.
In between
No, that's a screw.
the top.
No, that's a screwdriver. Hold on, I got. Oh, I remember where it's at. I gotta fix the toilet. I'll be right back. Ow! Stubbed my toe. There, that better?
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, toothpaste works good.
I mean, now this is black. Now this is just black powder, look, you know, and black powder. Just a pea-sized drop, a 2-liter bottle, set on top of my washing machine for a couple of loads. Drained it out, rinsed it off, loaded it after it dried, of course.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course, I don't have a. Every time I go to Harbor Freight, they do not have a tumbler.
Jeremy, you want to know
You can
a
ask her,
quick way of doing your brass? The cheap. Get yourself some stainless steel pins. Put it in a 2-liter. Put your brass in the 2-liter. Put hot water. Throw it in the dryer with a bunch of wet towels, and let it tumble. And that's the easiest tumbler you got right there. It's a homemade tumbler and it'll work.
Just make sure you get the top on there real tight.
Real tight.
All right. Because you broke up on my end.
Okay, get a 2-liter. If your brass will fit in a 2-liter, put hot water, a little bit of soap with stainless steel pins, throw it in your dryer with your towels, your wet towels, and dry your towels. Just make sure, like Jamie said, the top is really tight. You got a homemade rock tumbler.
How many liters? 2 liters. It's just about 2 liters. But like something like this,
Yeah,
but won't the
2-liter.
dryer melt the plastic?
That would.
I don't know.
Well, you know?
Not
You put it with wet towels or put it in the washer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I've got some brass I gotta clean, so I'll try that out. I got some clothes.
There's a video for you right there. Let us know if it melts the plastic bottle. I don't think it will if you have wet towels in there.
if you got water in there, it's going to keep.
Well, I was gonna try in the
Exactly.
I was gonna try in the water.
Yeah, you put water in it, a little soap, and your brass, and some stainless steel pins, and throw it in your dryer. Your dryer's gonna make a thump 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 noise, but you know if you live with that, and there you go.
Just put it on the fluff cycle where it's not getting that hot.
There you go. For 2 hours, and come back, and there you go. Clean brass.
We'll try it.
And if it doesn't work, I didn't tell you to do it.
We'll probably try it in the washer first. If it doesn't work, oh well. If it works, hey, it works. I'll just
Yeah, I've seen guys.
my money on work.
I've seen guys have their kids just roll it on the ground, Jeremy. Just roll them where they're sitting down. They have their feet on them, rolling them back and forth, agitating it. I've seen videos of people doing that.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go. Something come up. Have a good one.
All right, Duke. Thanks.
All right, Duke.
Nice
Good
to meet you, sir.
buddy.
Yep, good to meet you guys.
See you, bud.
And he gone.
He gone.
Daughter would.
Nice guy though.
Yeah, he's all right. So
Oh,
y'all talking about the washing machine? Y'all remember the newlywed game?
Oh yeah.
Do I need to go
Oh,
any
boy.
further with this joke? Y'all getting
No,
ahead?
you don't. No, you don't. Have you seen Whiter Whites?
Oh,
Oh man.
Man, if your husband ain't doing it right, the woman has whites. You got to watch out.
Yeah, man. We only got 3 people watching, and it's us.
Yeah. Hey, at least I announced it on my channel. I said I was coming back on.
So
there we go.
I replayed Jim's chat last night and was prepping brass and decided to scrape out all the wax out of these things. It actually came out in like 2 separate pieces, so it was real easy.
Oh, you did it by hand?
Yeah, I got a big old pile of wax.
There you go. Now, see, where you live, you can buy that xylene stuff, and it'll melt it right out. I can't
Let
get
me
it.
make you. Okay.
Oh, I was just showing that wax shavings out of the bullets.
Yeah, I was just trying. For some reason, there's a big hand.
Yeah,
So-
you're roboting on us every once in a while.
The quality got better for me when Duke left. I mean, the sound was jumping in and out, but now it's not. I'm not sure what that was. But I'm going to soak these in mineral spirits for a day or two to get the rest of it off. And powder coat those.
Try lacquer thinner if you
There's-
can get it. It works better.
I got some acetone too. I might try that.
You know, acetone didn't work for me.
Yeah, that's right. I remember somebody. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
But I
man.
got
This lube
like
on
most
this
of the
one
products
right here,
already
these
seen.
are some 30 cals I wanted to send
Yeah.
out my 300 blackout. I was going to send Jamie some for him, but man, this lube is hard. I was just trying to see if I could get it out in pieces, but shove a pair of pliers in my finger real good.
I got some stuff
I was
again.
using the edge of my fingernail and popping it out.
There you go. It's coming out slowly.
I
I
got
just usually put it.
I got 500 bullets, dude. That's going to take a long time. I'd rather get something to let them soak overnight.
Jeez. Yeah. Screw that. Hell, you can boil them in water first.
Yeah, someone did that. Who? Oh, man.
Boil them in water and then take the rest of it, and it won't have to soak as long, in my opinion.
Probably not.
A little for a little bit and
No, we're
just
talking
pull it
about.
out, wipe them
Oh, to
off.
melt the lube off? Maybe.
Yeah.
That sure
Maybe.
would make a
It just
stink,
melts right
though.
off.
Yeah, it smell like candles, I guess.
You better do that outside because some of this lube has some bad stuff in it.
My toaster's outside. My does that out.
You got a kid playing video games
Yeah.
right now?
I'm not outside.
So do I.
Well, that powder coat in my garage. I don't have the best
Oh, what?
ventilation going, but I don't really stir up a lot of dust either.
Yeah, I have the back patio. I used to powder coat in my garage too when I lived at the old house. I cast it in my garage. I powder coated in my garage. I just had a fan going, sucking the air out, and a fan pushing the air in. You know, most of the time just sucking it out.
I'm gonna take a dryer vent hose and a old cake pan and make me a vent for my lead line. Take out the window pretty soon in the garage.
There you go. Who
And
was
then I
that?
can do my powder coat underneath that and when I cast.
William Chapin does that. He has like a homemade fan system in his house when he casts in his house, and it sucks it all out.
Yeah, Bacon did too. Bacon made one,
Okay.
but they used.
I got a 2-car garage, but
Now,
it's been too cold to have the doors open.
Andy had a good question. Okay, let me get this bullet out again. Let me grab this bullet. Because Andy powder coats his bullets with the base naked, just the base. So if he wants to, or no, he does the tip, excuse me, the tip, because it doesn't touch anything. But what he's saying is, and I said, well, if you, because he was talking about not powder coating the base. And I said, well, wouldn't you gas cut the lead? He goes, well, no, traditional lubers don't have anything back here anyways, and it doesn't cut the lead and lead your barrel. So I was thinking, that's a good idea. If you powder coats it with the ass end up and he's going to gas check anyways, or even not gas check, why put the extra coat on? Because he'll do the whole bottom of the bullet up, the ogive and the bottom of the bullet. But if you have a traditionally lubed bullet, there's nothing on the ass end in the first place.
Yeah.
And because I was saying, no, you're going to gas cut. I was telling him you're going to gas cut. You're going to lead your barrel. And he said, well, traditionally lube, it doesn't happen. So why would powder coating it happen? So I don't know. That's a thought for, make you go,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for people smart.
And then if you do your homework, what's that?
That's for people smarter than me.
Same here, buddy.
If you do your homework and slug your bore, then if you get your proper obturation, it's not going to cut anyway. So,
and that's what James Pollard was saying. Bullet size is the biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
Key. You know, we kind of take it for granted how critical that can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like having 3.57 anymore. I want 3.58, 3.58.5. I want to fill that chamber up, you know?
Yeah,
Well, the Uncle Jim method on a few of my dies to get them up there a little bit in size.
I'm having a hell of a time with my 357 mold. What did you use, Mark? What paper?
Well, he's pretty aggressive with 120 or 150. I took a while with 320 and 220. Actually, went down to 220. And just I had an old arrow shaft I cut down, and then I rolled it back and forth at an angle so it would, get fresh paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to focus my balance on the edge where the ring, and then worked it down, in the different papers, and I just took small bites until I got to where I wanted to be. I'd size the bullet, check it, clean it real good. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 3 more or 3 dies I got to do now. So I wish Lee would do it right,
Well,
I hate to say it, NOE does have that over Lee because you can get half size, sizing dies from or the little bushing from NOE, but then again, it's not tapered like a Lee. A Lee is tapered, so the bullet goes in easier when you're sizing it, where the NOE is just dead straight. There's no taper at all.
Yeah, don't forget you can order special sizes from Lee for $40.
Can you?
You can request a size, yeah.
That's $40 on top of the damn price already, but it makes sense. Have them cut it already.
40 extra or 40, that's the price. You have to look on the website, but they do it. So.
If it's $40, then I don't mind buying if I'm only doing 1 or 2 of them, but a roll of sandpaper for $10 is a lot cheaper in the long run, a little time. It's not like I don't have time.
Yeah.
I would like to have a 3.24 for my 8mm.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you, Mark?
That's what I did, Jimmy. I bought a 3.23 and a 3.2. Well, I bought 2 3.23s and opened one up. Yeah.
From NOE or Lee?
No, it was the Lee sizers.
They make a
they're actually tapered a little bit.
Yeah, they're tapered. The Lee's tapered, but I didn't know they made an oddball size like that.
Well, that's for the Mauser.
Oh, okay.
That's not that odd.
3.23.
3.23.
Yeah, I got one of each.
Oh, okay. All right. I was hearing it wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay, guys, I got work tomorrow, and I got to go to bed, so I'm going to bid y'all a fair good night.
Good night, Jamie. Yeah, we're going on 2 hours. I know I came late, but I got to get wife's cooking supper, so.
Jeremy, thanks for having me, buddy.
Before you go though, Jamie, just give me 1 second, buddy.
Nope.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go back out in the garage too, finish up my project.
Well,
There you go.
all right, I just be going on this one.
358,
Nice.
all ready to go. 190 grain. That RCBS silhouette bullet.
That is sexy, Willie.
Yes, sir.
I got to grab a gun for that mold. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
got to get it repaired. That's what took me so long. Besides my honey-do list.
That's like you guys. I'm not gonna waste my time with 350. I'm gonna go straight 358 Legend.
Oh, that's the only way to go in my mind. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the 9mm bullet, but there's so many more 358 caliber bullets than 356. So, and
You
like
jump up
Jamie,
and wait and get some more energy.
like Jamie and both said earlier, we both have so many 358 dies already that, it was a no-brainer for us.
And molds.
Yeah, I meant molds. I'm sorry. I said dies. I meant molds. Pardon me. But yeah,
When you buy factory bullets, you got the heavier weights with the copper jackets. You got a powerhouse.
yeah, absolutely. Especially since you can pick up, 35 Remington bullets that are heavier.
350 Wayland. 35 Wayland's up to 250, 275.
That's what I'm looking for.
Go.
If I can find a lead mold, 250, 260, I'd be a happy pappy.
You'll find it. They're out
Yep.
there.
Willie, check out Accurate Molds. You can design your own mold and have them make it.
Yeah, it's just cha-ching.
Well, $80. Yeah,
Oh, that's not bad though. That's not
That's
bad
not
for
bad.
a 2-cavity.
you can look at a base model and then take the dimensions and stretch them out where you want them to be in your picture, and then yeah. So
With no loop grooves.
No lube grooves,
No
none.
lube grooves.
Slick side, you know it, buddy.
Yeah.
Plain
Good night,
base,
guys.
no lube groove. Good night, Jamie.
Again, Jeremy.
all right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the
Bye,
garage, finish up what I
everybody.
started.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
Jeremy.
yeah, I'm
Sorry I
back
was
in.
late, buddy.
Night.
Thanks, Jeremy.
We're fine.
See you later,
Night,
Mark.
See
everybody.
you later.
See you, buddy.